Everything's basically copyrighted on YouTube, so I'm gonna make my own intro. This is the podcast. Okay, so if you joined this video, it's probably because your hairline is on its last fucking leg, right? Now, this is a canon event that most men approaching their 30s will suffer from. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know what the fuck a canon event is. I just know I've heard people say it and it sounded pretty cool. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about how this is such a sad fucking thing that men have to go through that we don't really get to talk to anybody about, right? I still have my hairline, thank God, at the age of 26, but it's hanging in there, right? My hairline is definitely not as thick as it used to be. My hair in general is not as thick as it used to be. I used to dye my hair, all different types of shit. Now I feel like if I dyed my hair, that would be its last dye, right? I don't know. It is honestly sad as fuck that as men, you know, the hairline is just not something that follows you to your older age. A lot of times, you know, I actually despise men who have perfect hairlines at older ages. When I see that shit, I honestly want them to fail in life, and I assume that they're broke, and I assume that they're miserable, and I assume that they're a loser, just to make myself feel better and cope. Yeah, losing your hairline, your girlfriend will never tell you, but secretly she'll always be thinking inside of her head, fuck, this guy shit is going back. Yo, bro. And then, you know, the first time I noticed it, honestly, was when I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago. I noticed that my hairline was thinning. I didn't even notice. I was just getting haircuts like normal. I was never insecure about my hairline. And then my girl goes, why is one side of your haircut higher than the other? At that moment, I realized, okay. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I don't even have bald men in my family. Stop it. No, it's just he fucked up the hairline, dude. You know how barbers are these days. He fucked up the hairline. But then I kind of started taking a look when she left. You know, obviously I wore like a durag for the rest of the time, and I realized, okay, let me check this out. And I was like, whoa, why am I? Let me check my back. Let me check my back part of my head, the crown, and I see like, I don't know, it's looking suspicious. Like it's not looking like, you know, it's not looking like how I would want. So I'm just like, shit, what is going on? Like, am I losing my hair? So then I went through this like downward spiral, you know, that I probably feel like a lot of us men go through, which kind of like, no, I'm not balding. It's what I'm eating. So I start changing my diet around, and then that didn't work. So I go, yeah, no, I'm not balding. I probably, it's because I'm vaping, and then I start seeing videos about how vaping is like a blood constrictor, and it's constricting the freaking veins in my not letting enough blood flow go through my goddamn head so that's what's making my hair thin, but it's not falling out, it's just thinning, right? That's that, you know. And then I go, okay, no, it's not that. Is that I have athlete's foot, and after I scratch my foot and touch my head, I put the fungus into my head, and the fungus is causing me to bald. Yeah. That's called being fucking delusional, and that's what I was. But in reality, I just had a maturing hairline, and it's nothing wrong with that. I started looking back at old photos of myself and my hairline, and I was like, okay, my hairline was always kind of suspicious. I just was never insecure about it because no one ever made fun of me because of it. So I never noticed that my hairline was suspicious, right? And that's when I finally realized, okay, I have a suspicious hairline, and I'm like, okay, that made me feel a little better. Maybe my hair won't fall out. But then I go, okay, let me start looking at family members' hairlines, right? And I start seeing that shit. And I go, okay, okay. Everyone in my family, niggas is fucked, right? Niggas is fucked. So I just go, okay. Grandpa hairline looking suspicious. Never noticed that till now. Uncle hairline is on the decline. He just puts black fucking Rogaine in his hair so that he can hide it, and he uses black spray in his shit so he can hide it. Never noticed that until recently. And my other uncle always wears hats. And then I look back at pictures of my dad, and he always wore hats. And then I go, okay, there is a pattern going on. And matured hairlines is something my family suffers from. And you can argue that I'm still in denial because I won't accept my fate. And I go, it's just matured. But, you know, it's just not, yeah. But it's sad that we have to go through this. This is a moment in your life where you realize, like, damn, looks aren't everything. And I'm probably going to be out the game. My girlfriend probably thinks I'm mid now. And you just got to cry in your bed and be sad. I've wanted to cry a few times. I'm already pretty short, so I said at least I have hair. That was like my coping mechanism. But now it's like, can't even use that as my coping mechanism anymore. But yeah, I don't know. This is some fucked up shit we gotta go through. Even girls go through it, so don't feel so bad. Girls go through this shit too. They actually have like they start balding. I know we think that girls just have big foreheads, but no, there's no such thing as a big forehead. There's only receding hairline or not. That's what you realize when you get older too, is there is no big foreheads. There's just you're receding and it runs in your family. Is either you were just receding from a younger age or not, you know? So then I noticed, okay, you know, women go through this shit too. A lot of times they don't go fully bald. I think it's the lack of testosterone. They usually just have a receding hairline. Take a look out for it. You'll see it. You'll definitely start to notice it. And they go through this shit too. Like women go to Turkey also. And if you want to go to Turkey, man, like just know there's nothing wrong with going to Turkey and getting that hairline rejuvenated. I just don't want to be bald, and that shit makes me sad. If you want to rock the bald skinhead, that's a tough look too, and plenty of women like it. I think the bald skinhead actually looks way better than trying to fight it, you know? But I don't know. I feel like I don't want to go bald only because, you know, I don't have a lot of facial hair. So if I go bald, I'm just going to look like a freaking egg. I'm going to look like an egg. I'm going to look like, I don't know. I'm going to look like shit. I'm going to look like a milk dud immediately. So I genuinely don't want to go bald, but it's nothing wrong going bald. It's nothing wrong with going to Turkey. I personally will be taking a trip to Turkey in the future when I can afford it to get my hairline rejuvenated and maybe even add on a goatee attachment. Oh, shit. Because I need some facial hair, and then maybe I'll let myself go bald if I have it. If I have some, but yeah, man. I mean, don't overthink it, bro. It's fucking life. If you weren't gonna get pussy before, I mean, if you were getting pussy before, you're still gonna get it after. So don't care too much. Girls don't really give a fuck. Like you'd be surprised. Girls don't give a fuck that you're going bald. Just fuck that pussy good. Heat her out a little bit, and you should be set. But anyways, I'm kind of tired of talking about this topic. I have more I could say about it, but I'm just kind of over it. And I'm gonna kill this wolf, and then we're out of here. Peace out, guys. Oh shit. Beatboxing again.